Add a new site to Google Search Console. This is what the Search Console interface looks like right now. I'll link it into the blog post. You can also just Google Google Search Console and be able to come to this page. And assuming you have a Google account set up, you should be able to log in and go ahead and add some sites to a Search Console. So right here you can see some of the sites we have set up already. Just real quickly, I'll give you a little bit of a peek into what's got going on over here and why you want to do this. I don't want to spend a bunch of time explaining what Search Console is, but I do just want you to appreciate the value of it. So you can see the total clicks that actually come through to your website, the number of URLs that Google has indexed. You can see if you have any messages or errors that you need to address. It'll actually tell you that. Search appearance, search traffic, so you can look at a little bit of analytics. It will actually let you know your clicks over the time, the different keywords that people are clicking to find your website. And let's see, this is one of my favorite things. You can actually do fetch as Google. So you can actually enter in a new URL here. You can tell Google to fetch the URL. It's going to pull the URL. I just did home page of this right here. And you can actually click request indexing, confirm you're not a bot. And you can crawl just that page or that page and its direct links. So go ahead and do direct links. You get to do that 10 times per month. So I'll go ahead and go. And indexing has been requested. So what that does is it just tells Google to go ahead very quickly and start indexing that page into their search engine rankings. So when you release a new post, you go there, you enter it in, you're going to get recognized by Google faster. And if there's ever the possibility that somebody's going to steal your content, they're going to copy it over to a site of their own. Doesn't happen a lot, but occasionally it does happen. By you having your content indexed by Google quickly and first, your page is going to have the higher priority ranking when it comes down to it. So let's go ahead and add a new property. So we're going to do this blog, wpblogtoday.com, https wpblogtoday.com. All right, in my past videos I talked about how I prefer not having the www at the beginning, so I'm not going to use that. And I also talked about how to set SSL, which is HTTPS, as the default for your website. HTTP and HTTPS are seen as two different websites, so you need to pick which one is going to be your primary and use that consistently. And that's also the one you need to set up here in Google Search Console. So go ahead and click Add. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that you're going to verify the site. Google wants you to be the owner of the site before you can come in and scrape the page, look at the search results, stuff like that. Totally makes sense. So go ahead and pick one of these options and validate the site. Let's see, I'm going to do Google Name Provider. I actually use Google Domains for my domain names, and it's going to tell me what to do here. Add a text record with this information right here. So I'm going to copy that. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go to Google Domains. All right. Manage my domains. We'll wait for this to load here. It's running a little bit slow at the moment. So we're going to scroll down to that specific domain. Here is where you configure the DNS. Scroll down. It told us to add a text record, so we're going to change this to text, and then the actual text of the record is going to be the information that it told us to put in there. Click Add, and you can see it added. Now there's a third entry. If you want to know what those other two original entries were, the @ sign or the asterisk sign, you can also look at my previous video and blog post explaining that. Okay, so let's go back to the Search Console and click Verify. All right. Verification failed because it hasn't propagated properly yet, I'm guessing, so we just need to give that another moment. Okay, so Google has updated the DNS records. It does take a little bit of time. Thankfully, that was just a few minutes. It wasn't a huge deal. And now it has verified that I am the owner of that domain name. Let's go ahead and click continue. And we're kind of starting from scratch here because it's the first time that it's been entered. So there's a message for me right now. We can go ahead and click on that message. And once you're in here, just go ahead and start clicking around on these different links. There's really nothing that you can break. You can go ahead and do fetch as Google. Just to go ahead and have Google start indexing your site and get that into the website there. Okay, so we fetch the page. Go ahead and request indexing. I'm not a robot. Go, and we're done. There you go. That's how you get a new site set up in Google Search Console.